Inside the audition room is where all your training as an actor and your preparation come together so that you can do your best audition and will hopefully book the job. Or not. What the heck happens in there that often inhibits us from doing our best? In this video, I've asked 2 top commercial session directors to give you the crucial information that will help you in that audition room. Who is that person in the audition room to help direct actors? Now, many people think it would be the casting director running your first session, but they are often busy prepping auditions for the next job or dealing with the clients. Your guide, the person who will help you do your best audition, is the session director. Now, here's your chance to get to know them and learn insider secrets. Meet 2 top session directors, Randall Sims and Doug Trayer.
The casting director chooses the talent to come in based upon the specifications of the spot and the director's requirements. And then they come in the room with me, and I am your basic first run at the spot. I give you the blocking, I give you kind of the tone, I give you the backstory of the actor. I try to give you, and most good session directors try to give you a little bit of information about who the director is, what the spot's history is, the tone that they typically like, what they don't like, what's been working, what's not been working.
Casting directors usually consult us one way or another to find out who was best during the day because they don't always have time to watch the whole session themselves. So we give them feedback on the actors we thought were best. And we do the same with production companies, producers and directors. Sometimes you'll have an actor in who was not very cooperative, for instance, and they like it when you pass that information on.
I'll bring them in individually. They'll come in the room, I'll have them stand on the mark, I'll take a picture, because they want to see what you look like today, not what you looked like on the best day of your life when that headshot photographer took that picture. And then we'll slate. Slate is just your name. Sometimes I'll get profiles, this, I'll do hands. They just want to see that what your profile looks like. They want to see that you have this many fingers, not this many fingers.
On the slate, I may ask them any specifics that the casting director needs to know. Maybe height is an issue, or skills, special skills may be an issue.
And then after that, we'll rehearse. I always shoot everything because sometimes your rehearsal is your best performance because you're relaxed. You think, I'm just rehearsing, this doesn't matter, I'm gonna get another take, and you end up getting the best take out of the rehearsal. Typically I get 4 minutes with you. So I always say when you come in the room, be ready to jump into the fire and jump out pretty quick.
They leave the room, I upload their performance, and it's usually done before they leave the building.
First call, the energy, I try to set the tone. I kind of talk fast, I kind of have a high motor, good energy, and I try to have that at all times, so when you come in the room, you get an expectation of urgency and you get an expectation of energy. Because most people, when they come in the room, either have too much energy because they're nervous or they're kind of jacked up because of traffic and trying to find a parking space and all that life stuff. Other times they're just too relaxed and they're too laid back and they look either angry, tired, or bored, which all 3 things will get you fast forwarded through. And I always tell actors, you only have 3 to 5 seconds, even in the original call. When they see your first bang on tape, when they see that audition online, you got about 5 seconds to get them to like you.
So what I want them to do is leave that baggage outside, and I want them to be light, and I want them to be airy, and I want them to be ready, absolutely ready to do whatever it is I ask them to do.
You come in the room and there's 9 laptops facing you, a bunch of people that really aren't engaging with you. They're talking to each other, they're joking, they're watching videos, they're eating food, everything but looking at you. And of course you come in, you got good energy, you want to say hey to everybody, you really want to make a good impression. And typically I'm the only one talking to you. There's a million things they're worried about that they're bringing into the room every time you audition, every time you come in for a callback.
You direct somebody, you give them very specific direction, and they don't do anything you asked them to do. And at one point in my career, I would have argued with them, I would have fought with them to get a better performance out of them. Nowadays I just say thank you very much. And I let them leave because it's not my responsibility to teach them how to act. All I can do is make them audition and make them audition better.
Sometimes an actor comes in and they're just out of their element. They're just out of their league. Their headshot's 15 years older than what they look like. I distinctly remember an experience one time where we were looking for a body double for a guy who had a ripped chest. And the picture that was submitted online for us to choose had a ripped chest. However, the body that showed up in the room did not have a ripped chest, had more a little bit of a 12-pack that had been opened and spilled all over the floor.
My pet peeve would be somebody who comes in and is not really into it, because then they're wasting my time, they're wasting the casting director's time, they're wasting my clients and the casting director's clients' time as well, and it makes all of us look bad, including them.
Don't be the guy that's trying to wisecrack and joke all the time. They don't like that. They just want you to be you, because that's who they're going to be on set with for 10 hours, and they want to know that's going to be a not bad experience. Bring good energy, but don't bring fake energy, because just like kids and animals, we can see that like that, and we don't like it because it seems like you're representing something you're not. There's no rule that says you have to sign in the second you walk in the room. If you got to use the bathroom, go use the bathroom. One of the worst things for me is to have someone sign in and disappear on me. It's like a kid leaving you in a mall. If we're slating and there's a man and a woman, and the man has facial hair or a beard, and I ask him if he's willing to shave, and you're the woman and I come to you, never, ever, 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 ever say you're willing to shave too. It's never been funny, it never will be funny, and all it will ever do is get you ridiculed and not chosen for a callback or the job.
You don't want to project neediness. That's one of the sure signs that you're not going to get a job, is if you walk in and you look needy. Because the first thing the directors and the casting directors and everybody else who sees you go, oh my God, do I want to spend 18 hours on a set with this person? Usually they don't.
People who want to cut, who want to go first because they've got something else going on. Oh, I've got a call back in Santa Monica. Great, I'm glad you have a call back in Santa Monica. Telling me that is like going on a date with a girl and you're 20 minutes late going, I just had another great date with this girl, but it didn't really work out, so I just showed up anyway to see how this would work out. We don't care about your call back in Santa Monica. We care about your job right there. These are things none of us want to hear when you come in. There was traffic. It was raining, the bad weather. And if you're gonna be late, call your agent to call us. Always know that what you've learned and what you bring into the room are very important, but not all of it is necessary to get the job. A lot of people don't realize that skin tone and flare off glasses really affect the perception of how you are viewed by the people that are watching you. Always ask the session director, are my glasses, are they reflecting, is there flare? If you look like you're reading off a script when you're saying words, it's much more boring than if you're saying it right into the camera with confidence and conviction. Everything you can control, be a control freak. Everything you else can't control, let it all go. I'm not 6'2", I never will be, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
I can sum up my expectations for an actor in any situation in 2 words: be professional. If you come in and you be professional, which means you come in prepared, you've worked on the copy instead of talking to people out in the waiting room, you at least try to look something like the character you've come in to play. You've shown up on time and you halfway know what you're doing, I'm really pretty thrilled, especially if you come in because the icing on the cake then is to listen to me.
This is empowering information that can make a significant difference when you audition for commercial work and even for film and TV jobs, but only if you apply it. So maybe watch this video again or really take note of the suggestions and tips. Our goal here is to have you benefit from what we offer because we want you to do your best and to succeed. If you have missed any of my previous MTT videos, do check out the archives on my MTT commercial page. Also, for more on the craft and business of being a successful commercial actor, check out my CD program, Getting the Job, and my book, Hit the Ground Running. Be sure to watch the other videos of my MTT partners, because I promise you that what you will learn from the training videos on our site could make a big difference in your career. See you next time.